Have you seen the new Barstool ETF that just came out?
Buzz. Yeah, I've been following it. Well, I followed it for like a day. Classic Portnoy. The man is a master salesman, master marketer. Interesting. I thought their promo video was great with him doing like the Buzz Lightyear cameo and like all the TV screens. I thought it was phenomenal. I heard. So, are you investing in it?
I have invested in it, and I'm going to invest more, I think.
Wow.
I think I'm going to go.
Let me ask you this: what's your return on it? Do you know how much percent you're up since you invested?
It's pretty much flat right now, at least the last I checked.
So I guess here's my thing with it. So it's, for those who don't know,
let's explain it first.
It's Barstool. Actually, Barstool Sports is partnering, and
it's not their ETF. It's someone else.
Exactly. Yeah, it's it's Guard something. Van Eck. So it's Van Eck, and Barstool is partnering with them. It might just be important. No, it's Barstool. They're partnering with them to basically provide this ETF that takes, based on algorithms that Davey Day Trader has accumulated and been offered and all these things, it reads internet threads and trends and basically decides where the fund should invest your money. Background, an ETF is essentially a money manager, takes your money and he redistributes your funds across different stocks over time and bonds, basically give you a certain percentage of growth. Ideally, these are more long-term plays. You have someone managing it, and then essentially like they'll move it around for you all throughout the time, and the rate of return is potentially very high if you don't touch it for like 10 or like 40 years. So it's a good retirement fund. Retirement plan. My issue with the Barstool and Buzz ETF is essentially that, like, how good is the data they're pulling that if you're constantly following Wall Street Bets or Discord or like any other internet board where names are getting thrown out all the time, $sin, you got GME, all these things that names are getting popped up. How do you filter who's good and what's not? Like, I feel like there's been so much attention on the internet. Yeah. Like, I know people who will basically put names of stocks that they want to go up on these internet boards in order to pump them up to sell them in the short term. Like, it is a common thing right now. The market manipulation is at an all-time high through the internet. Like, I'm concerned with the way this algorithm works, that I have Buzz on watch. So I'm looking at it. My big concern is, like, how do you discern how they're pulling the data? For me as an investor, need to learn more before I put money into it, into what makes up the algorithm. How do they filter the data? What are their sources? Things like that.
Well, apparently it scrapes all corners of the internet, like Discord, Reddit, everything like that. And what it basically is saying is that the stock market is what's up and what's down has a lot to do with what's popular in the media and on the internet.
I mean, I'm very curious though, right? Because I think, there was a little bit, and this is where if you're plugged in, you're plugged in. Maybe they have that. Like, for me, it's one of those things where there's such a magnifying glass on Wall Street Bets was like the hidden gem of where things were being put and people would like go in there and look for stuff. So maybe there is another hidden gem that they have an inside guy on and they know where to go.
Yeah, that is a huge part of it.
That's going to be the biggest part, right? Because,
so many people are the way I look at it now. It's like, this is something that can do all the internet research for me. Yeah. In theory. And I'm curious, we'll know if it works or not if there's another like GameStop situation. Totally. Like if the ETF
you won't know though, right? Because you don't necessarily know where your ETF funds are invested.
But it should still like if there's a huge spike like something like AMC and GameStop, your fund still should go up. Even if it's spread out across, 75 different things, in theory they should still see this is happening before it really happens and move your money into it.
So are you in on it based on the algorithm, or do you have another reason for why you're putting more money in on it?
Part of it is the algorithm, because I do think that a lot of the stock market is basically media manipulation. And then I really do believe in Barstool and Portnoy. Like, I think that their track record of success speaks for itself.
Brian, hit us with the ETF.
So an ETF stands for an exchange-traded fund, and they're very similar to mutual funds. And an ETF can hold assets such as stocks, bonds, currencies, or other commodities. And they basically seek to track some specific asset class or some fund. So there's an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, and basically the goal is for this fund to track whatever the movement of whatever it's tracking is, to repeat myself 3 times now. And the Van Eck fund that Buzz is based off of is the Van Eck Vector Social Sentiment ETF. And basically it is tracking internet sentiment surrounding different stocks across different sites and algorithmically assigning which one has the most positive sentiment that will then create value for customers long term.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. But basically my whole point is I believe in Barstool and Portnoy's like track record of success. And I know their like Penn stock that they did seems to be doing well.
Penn's doing all right.
And I don't know. I just saw it come out. I thought it was interesting. And then
last ticker Penn was at 100 when I saw it on Friday.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna move some money into it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just for me, it's the risk. I think unless you have someone on the inside knowing where to specifically scrape or strongly scrape, it's like there's no Wall Street Bets is basically just like
I'm sure there's people
fodder now,
like humans behind it too. I don't think they're just
I would think so. Oh yeah,
everything.
Yeah, because I think the way the algorithm's set up, it just pulls from a lot of different sources. They know, but I mean, like maybe they're plugged in, right? Because I'm sure. I mean, Portnoy's not an idiot. Like, I think he's probably asking the same questions I am. He's like, okay, well, Wall Street Bets is basically spent. It's done. Where are you going to look? Is it like Discord? Is it, what is it? Like Signal? Is like, where are you looking that now basically all of those kitty whatever are like, what's his name? I forget his name. The dude who like.
Big Cat.
Big Cat, yeah.
No, not Big Cat. No. The dude, Hello Kitty, Sexy Kitty. The dude who like took down the hedge funds.
Yeah.
Roaring Kitty.
Yeah,
there we go. So Roaring Kitty, it's like those guys are all moving somewhere and they're talking about where to put their money. Those are the guys you want to follow. The problem is, where is that? It was Wall Street Bets. Now it's somewhere else. So it's like if those guys are plugged in, then the fund's going to roar, which is why I have it on watch. But like, I just want to see how it moves before I'm going to put money in.
I'll let you know. I put some in there. I'm going to put in more this week. I'm a big believer.
Like a true stoolie.
It's not, and I used to not be the biggest. I wasn't like a big Barstool person up until kind of within the past year or two, maybe.
Or fucking PMT, dude. Love PMT.
But I don't know. I despite that they're a comedy thing, a comedy site, basically. That's basically what they are.
Yeah.
I think that they started out selling newspapers in Boston, right? And they blew up into this huge thing. And I really believe in their ability to stay current and adapt and like keep getting wins and wins and wins. And then what they're doing for like small businesses and stuff like that.
Dude, that's what I think has been the highlight. Like I mean, like I always followed loosely Barstool, but like the Barstool fund for restaurants is the best thing to come out of this pandemic. I feel like that's incredible.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a cause I'm more behind than helping small businesses like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What is it? Was like what Portnoy and Guy Fieri had done for small businesses and restaurants was like triple what the government of New York had done.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
For
crazy.
New York. It's impressive.
I'll let you know how it goes, but I saw it go and I literally threw money in like right on Thursday at 9:30 when it
Joe, maybe this is our weekly. I want a weekly status update of how Buzz is performing. Read us the prospectus
on the Barstool
to show us where the fund's investing.
All right.
I want your highs and lows.
All right.